Garden Warfare 2. This is the third one. I did do a different Plants vs. Zombies tier list of the actual old PC game. So please go check that out if you'd like that as well. Please don't forget to like and subscribe for more tier lists and other content. And if there's any games that you guys would like me to do a tier list in that I haven't, or would like me to do again, please let me know down in the comments. But let's get started. I think Acorn is B. Biggest reason why is because he's just kind of hard to hit sometimes because he's so small. But other than that, he doesn't really get much better. I don't think he does a whole lot of damage, and his abilities aren't too amazing, so he's not really there. Rose I have to put in C. The only thing that she's good at is making everybody into the goats, and even the goats don't really harm anybody. Yes, they're easier to kill, but they can honestly still kind of mess you up. Maybe not necessarily get kills, but other than that, she's not super good in my opinion. I've never enjoyed her playing as her or on my team. She's a little difficult to kill just because her hitbox is a little funky, and she can, use her cast to where she can't really be targeted for a moment, but other than that, not too amazing. I honestly think Scientist has to be S, and the biggest reason why is because he might not be the best healer, but as a healer or a support character, he's very difficult to kill. He can do a good amount of damage close range or at a distance, and he can blink in and out. He can heal himself, and he's good at healing his teammates. So I think he's an all-around great character, and great for a team for sure. Now, while Sunflower I think can out-heal a Scientist, or it's a lot easier to heal with the Sunflower, but the Sunflower definitely does not do enough damage in comparison to the Scientist, and her Sunbeam ability, while it can definitely do some high damage, the fact that she is stationary makes her a very easy target. I will put her in A, but it's honestly a pretty low A, like A minus B plus tier. I almost want to drop her into B, but the fact that you just can latch on and then not worry about healing that person anymore is very easy to play as. But the rest of her abilities and damage output is just kind of not there, unless nobody's really targeting you when you're stationary in the Sunbeam form. Chomper I have to put in B. I think he's just one of those peeling units, he just, goes in there, maybe gets a kill, but can't really do too much aside from that for a few seconds. He does have a little bit more health, so he can kind of get in and out and tank some damage a little bit. And he can do a little bit of distance fighting, not very well. But when you are close range, he's definitely very devastating, even if he isn't burrowing and chomping you from the ground. But he's definitely more of a peeling unit than anything else, just be able to burrow and get some kills that way. But he's definitely slow at killing them, but it is pretty much a guaranteed kill, so inconsistent, we'll just say that. Who's next? I think Citron is honestly S tier as well. I think this dude is good at everything. The fact that he has a shield definitely helps him and his team. The fact that he can do a lot of damage close range and at a distance and rip through the team with his ball strike is all very nice, and he has a good amount of health. I think he's just an overall very solid unit. I don't have anything bad to say about him. Not for how he plays. The All-Star. I think the All-Star I have to put an A. And the biggest reason why is because all of his abilities now, they used to not, but all of his abilities now don't really one-tap anybody. The M Strike can still get kills, but it's a little less damaging um, and not the easiest ability to control, as well as his charge or tackle ability now doesn't insta-kill everybody. It does do a good amount of damage and can definitely cover a distance for you to get in and out of fights or push somebody back and still do a high amount of damage with it, but it does not kill everybody anymore like it used to. It's just kind of more of a hard-hitting ability. Now his shield is definitely good for being able to cover yourself, your team, and be able to shoot out of it while taking no damage. That's a big thing. And he has, the most health on your team until you get the mech with that guy, but that's different. So yeah, that's where I would put All-Star. Now the Imp, unfortunately, the Imp is included in the mech, so I have to kind of put them together. I'll put them in A. I think the Imp himself is decent, can do a good amount of damage, but is small, while sometimes being hard to hit. As soon as you do hit them, they're pretty much dead. Same with the Acorn. Yeah, I don't know why they did the Acorn different than the Imp here. But with the mech itself, high amount of damage, high amount of health. Nothing really bad to say about it. It's definitely one of the best zombie abilities, and that's definitely where I would put the tree as well that the Acorn goes into. Yeah, and I'm surprised they didn't do this with that guy as well. But overall good, solid, heavy health, high damage units. And honestly, with the Acorn turned into the tree, they can heal him. They can't heal this, nor can they heal this guy. And I honestly have to put this dude in B. I would put his spaceship in A with the rest of them. Honestly, maybe even an S with the tree. But him himself, I forget his name, honestly, the little space shuttle dude. Decent amount of damage, can definitely one-tap somebody with the laser strike, but aside from that, just kind of inconsistent. Honestly, doesn't do a whole lot of damage. It's very, if you can hit somebody with the laser strike or the spaceship drop down ability, those are both very high damage and deadly blows, but being able to consistently do either one of those is not high, and more than likely you're not going to always hit them. Super Brains, I gotta put an A as well. Honestly, I'm gonna put him in S. I think he's good everywhere. The fact that he can shield, shoot from a distance. If you're in close, he's gonna punch the shit out of you. All of his abilities are very solid. His tornado's probably his worst one. But overall good. I mean, you can get in and out of the fight with heavy damage during that time, in and out, shield yourself and your teammates a little bit. Just overall good. Honestly, nothing bad to say about him. P-Shirt I gotta put in B. I just think he's too inconsistent. You definitely have to hit your shots. The Chili Bean Bomb is obviously the best thing that he can do. The Gatling Gun, again, is nice, but the fact that you're stationary makes you a very easy target. But even the hyper ability, like, it's not an amazing ability to use or get at all to me. So definitely, if you can hit your shots and nobody's really targeting you as the Gatling Gun, then great. If not, can't really do much as your team without Chili Bean Bombs. The Nightcap, I gotta put an S. He's definitely, much like the Chomper, he's definitely a peeling unit, but the fact that he can throw out so much damage, his ultimate or high tier ability, whatever you'd like to call it, is amazing damage. And being able to turn invisible, pick some people off, do high damage that cuts through multiple people if that is possible. Hard to hit, mobile. I really don't have it. The worst thing about him is that he doesn't have a whole lot of health, but if he did, then he would be like S plus tier, SS tier. You know, he's a very solid unit. A little bit harder to use than some of the other plants or zombies, but definitely high skill gap, but very much worth it. Foot soldier, I gotta put an A. High amount of damage, big output damage with the rocket. Can get to nice places. Smoke grenade definitely can do an area. Not a whole lot of damage there, but nothing really too bad to say about the foot soldier. Aside from being not the most mobile. But again, if you change the thing that's worst about them, then everybody's going to be an S tier. So high amount of damage, good output. You know, he's basically just he's just the soldier of the team, you know. He just good amount of everything, easy to use, easy to learn. Colonel Cobb, I gotta put an S as well. Honestly, the damage output and the different perks you can get with this man. The perk I have with the reload speed, literally as soon as he is out, he's basically already reloaded, so you can almost never stop shooting. The corn strikes are awesome. And if people are getting too close or there's a lot of people in the area, being able to, you know, dip over them and do a high amount of damage under them. And you can even control that to where you don't fully go over an arc. You can kind of just fully and, you know, shoot down. That's super damaging. The worst thing about him is honestly just being able to recon the area, but even that's useful to yourself and your team, so it's definitely not bad. Huge amount of damage output from him. Not the easiest to kill either, so you know, there is that. Deadbeard I gotta put in B. Just too inconsistent. The barrel thing is not really that great. Your parrot is honestly probably better than you, but sometimes that can be pretty easily shot down if somebody's paying attention. And you have to wait for the strikes to go down. While the strikes are great and the parrot can help you, him himself being a sniper can definitely be great, but the consistency just isn't there. Now obviously if you play enough, anybody can make any of these characters S tier or D tier, but this is just overall what I've seen, what I've experienced, who I see with teammates and enemies, and was most consistent to me. As a sniper, same with Deadbeard, I do have to put Cactus above him. One, they're both snipers, yes they do. They can have the one-tap potential for sure with headshots from distance. And they both have, whether it's the parrot or the garlic drone for sure, and those are great for them. He has a shotgun close range. He does full auto, which is better, obviously. And I think the potato mines for the cactus are way more consistent than Deadbeard's barrel explosion. The fact that you can put a lot of them, you know, around you or just under you or in certain spots, you're going to get more kills with those than you ever will with barrels as Deadbeard. So that's why I have to put Cactus up higher. It's still, I would say, in the A- tier because she's easy to kill as soon as you get close, because even though she's full auto, once you get close, it's not that high damage. Minimum, not higher damage than probably whoever you're coming close to her with. But nonetheless, very good sniper choice and can kind of take care of herself with a little bit of movement in her ability as well. The Rockstar. The Rockstar I have to put in A2. I think he's kind of just good everywhere. I think he can do a whole lot of damage with his um, rocket in the air ability. If you get close to him, he can drop some dynamite. He can shoot you with essentially a sniper bullet. He can shoot you quickly if you're close to him. Um, he's just overall pretty solid. I don't really see anything too bad about him, and even his rocket shots from a distance those are probably the least consistent for him, but still um, decent choice nonetheless. Um, Electric Slide I gotta put in A2, honestly. I think she's very hard to kill and can have the high potential to do a whole lot of damage. The fact that you can go in and out, arc your shots to multiple targets with her basic primary attack. Her Tornado can do heavy amount of damage on, you know, small areas or points and stuff. And then you can obviously just dip out of there with your transformation ability. So definitely very solid, pretty good amount of movement. I think she has another ability, but I'm honestly forgetting it. But yeah, pretty decent choice there. Engineer, I gotta put in B. I think the biggest reason why he's in B is just his normal attack. You know what? I do have to put him in A. Um, his normal attack is just too heavy, and his turret, if nobody deals with it, is amazing. The worst thing about him is his little like speed boost things. Those aren't really going to make a difference in the entire game no matter what, but still they're nothing bad to say about him, but just, you know, worst thing about him is those. So high damage, I think close range, if you're missing your shots, you know, if you've ever played Overwatch, he's basically Junkrat as far as his weapon. So got to be a little bit careful, but his turret is amazing and definitely helps you shoot and your teammates if you're shooting within the turret's area to never have to reload. You're just massive amount of damage output can be done from there. Now the dragon. Honestly, I think I have to put the dragon in A as well. I think it can do distance shots. If you get close, you're screwed. Definitely hold down an area. High damage output and abilities, but overall, honestly, inconsistent. And I would think to put him in B, but the people that I have played with and against with the Snapping Dragon have done wonders as far as beating the other team. Yeah, I think just the inconsistency with all the abilities is just not there. But the damage output that can be is honestly S tier, but I have to drop him down to B. So let me know what you guys think, where you guys would place the Plants or Zombies. Please check out my other tier list. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And we will see you in the next one.